Well, my friends, I'm sleeping in the car tonight. I made it all the way to the trailhead, and it's almost midnight. The drive was pretty good. The zigzag going all the way up to 10,000 feet was pretty interesting, with it seemed like washed out canyons and rocks on the road, and yeah, it was pretty adventurous, and I can't wait to see it during the day. But now I'm just ready to go to sleep and see what tomorrow brings. Good morning, my friends. It's 7 o'clock and I think it's time to get up and get the day going. But it wasn't too bad sleeping in the car. This was my first time actually, and it was quite comfortable. I have a quick breakfast here. I'm not even going to make coffee. Just have some tea and a scone, and that's it. I'm making good progress here. So far it feels easier than the one I did last year in the yellow-bellied mountains. And it's a beautiful day, it's quiet. It feels kind of like Oregon again. The pine trees, the sandy area. It's really pretty. I would love to talk to you guys without sunglasses, but it's so bright that it's almost impossible. But it's not too far to the camp now. But it's beautiful. There's meadows, there is water. You see little critters running around and birds. So. Well, that was not a good camp option. I was quite surprised to see all those big tents there, and I guess you can book these camps or you come here with big groups. They had the donkeys and horses there again, so it's not what I expected. But this is pretty neat, this meadow behind me. I'm kind of hoping to find something around here because there's water before it goes up toward the lakes, and it's just up from there, so we'll see. I didn't have to look too much further. It was just down around the bend a little bit, and there are several spots here that are established campsites, so the most important thing, the water is right down there. I can't make any fires here right now because of the wildfires. It's quite dangerous and dry right now. But I can sit by the meadow, I can sit by the river, or the creek I should say. Yeah, very cool. It's not a bad place to spend the first night, is it? It's quite beautiful. I was looking forward to this trip for quite a while. I was eyeballing the Sierra Nevada mountains for months now, so I'm glad that I'm finally here, and this is our first trip together over here. Of course, there haven't been too many big mountains yet. There are some around, but nothing too big. But I would assume once I get up to where the lakes are, it's going to be super beautiful. But I'm hungry. I have a second half of the sandwich. And those things are heavy. I will be happy to have that out of my pack. And mosquitoes. There's nothing like sitting in camp and relaxing and doing nothing. Don't get me wrong, I love to hike hard if I have to hike all day to get to a camp spot. But if I can manage it, I would rather have slightly shorter routes and just take the time and sit here and listen to the birds and the water. And, yeah. Just soak it all in. You miss so much when you hike, especially if you have a long distance hike a place you need to get to, and you're just rushing through your trail and miss so many amazing things along the way. It's time to hang up the Bearbag, and I'm using an Ursack because it is allowed over here. In the national parks you have to use a bear canister, but they are so big and bulky and very heavy that I didn't buy one. They're also expensive actually. But I did my research, and those are allowed over here, so that's good. But I'm taking extra precautions. All my food is double bagged.
I have bags separated with snacks, some with the dinner and some with my breakfast stuff. And so I can find things easily. But that's not all. We also put in toiletries, toothpaste, toothbrush, everything that smells minty. I have my chopstick in here as well, my chapstick, sunscreen, soap, insect stuff, mosquito spray. And here I have some wipes. They're very neutral. They don't have any smell really, but I use them to freshen up a little bit. But they also go in there. My floss and the wipes that I've used already. Everything will go in this trash bag. I have no trash yet, so everything gets double bagged. I'll put that in here. All the chemical stuff I'll keep separate from my food things, of course. But hopefully, between all those bags, the smell is minimal from my food and from everything else. So I know the bear canister would work slightly better, but I really just didn't want to buy it and carry that super heavy thing with me. So now I just have to tighten this up really, really well so no small critters or anything can get in here. So you just don't want any space in here. Like, it needs to be as tiny as possible. Do an overhand knot one way and then the other way. And then another one for good measure. The scent will be carried this way, and if anything will come from here because they smell it, they will not get to my camp. But hopefully I will not encounter any bears. I mean, I've been backpacking for so long and I still have not seen one. But I know they're here. I've read reports in not in this location, but in a different location. There was quite a bit of action. I think this one is good. The only problem I had one time was when I forgot an apple core in my side pocket of my backpack, and they chewed right through it. The little mice or something, they got the apple core and they chewed a big hole into my side pocket. Oh no, and then raccoons got to my beef jerky one time. It was very peppery. They took the whole bag. I didn't have things put away yet. I was still in the middle of dinner, and they took the bag, ran off with it into the bushes. And they probably got really thirsty after that beef jerky. That stuff was spicy. Yeah, it's a wonderful evening. It's magical light right now. Well, I have my backpack outside and I put the rain cover on the bottom just to protect it a little bit more. Just in case it gets too dirty or it rains or something like that. I got my shoes here and I have my chair folded up. And everything in here is organized. I have my clothes at the bottom and my electronics and water on the top. And that's it. New pillow, new mattress, new tent. That's kind of how it looks like when you lay down. You got the point there and you got the sides pretty close, but because I tied them all down with the guy lines, they actually come out a little bit. So it's all ventilated, so it's a mosquito net. And these can be tightened quite a bit to bring that edge up in case it's really wet, but I don't want to do that right now, so yeah, here. I'll show that during the day when I actually go through the features of the tent and all that stuff in a separate video. But I figured you guys want to see how this feels like in this new tent. Yeah, I have the door open just a little bit, but there's a lot of space out here to put stuff. There's quite a bit of space inside for clothes and stuff like that, and out here for extra gear. So you don't really have a reason to keep things outside in the rain also. It works pretty well. Well, my friends, this will be my first night in this new tent, so I will enjoy it. I will let you know how things go tomorrow. Good morning, my friends. I survived the first night in my new shelter. It was quite fine. Some rain showers off and on, just really light sprinkles. And otherwise I slept pretty well. I think I have a weird bump under here that kind of arched my back weird. That wasn't so comfortable, but the mattress evens out quite a bit, so it was good. The tent is completely dry. There's no condensation at all, which is nice. It didn't rattle, there was no wind, so I can't say anything to that point yet. I definitely have to figure out where to put things a little bit more, because it's harder to get to stuff with the tent wall here. So all the important things will go in the head area. Everything I don't need immediately goes to the foot area. Maybe some stuff to my side, I don't know. But yeah, really happy so far. Is really slow now. It was always so good, and I had this filter for maybe 5 years now, but I think it's time to replace it now. I'm quite sure I didn't hit the 1,000 liter limit yet, but it's definitely slowing down. I'll put the link in the description because I have already prepared for that. And now I need it. It's so tiny and so lightweight. I will never use a different filter, I don't think. I really like it. Let's see what our Bearbag is doing. I see it hanging there. That's a good sign. Looks good. One of these days I have to get a trail cam to set up if anything messes with it or anything comes by it. That would be so interesting. I have a new coffee, instant coffee from Trader Joe's. I've never tried this before. It has cream and sugar in it, and I have high hopes because I didn't have much luck with coffee lately since we moved to the States. I had good coffee always in Canada, but I can't find it here except if I buy it on Amazon or so. So we'll see how this is. Not bad. I think it's a little bit too thin. Too much water still. And there are backpackers already coming down the trail here. Yeah, I need to get going too. I'm all packed up and ready to go. The last thing I need to do is install my solar panel on top of my pack. So this will go into my top pocket, into the brain inside, and this I will put on top. And even when it's like this, just overcast, it still charges my power bank a little bit. Just have some twist ties for now. That was the quickest thing I could come up with at home. That is also lightweight. But it would be nice to have some really small carabiners, really lightweight carabiners to attach this thing. But this will do for now. Little extension here with the silicone band because the top bulges and I couldn't make that work with the with this straight kind of solid solar panel. I know there are some flexible ones out there too. I'm sure they're just as fine. I really like this one because it's easy to stand up, especially with its stand that kind of clicks into place. And this works. It works with my other backpacks as well. And yep. Now I can charge my power bank all day while I'm hiking. If you're in trouble, if you have an emergency and you're out here a lot longer than you think, this will always give you power. I will have to keep an eye on this dark sky over there. I don't hear any rumbling or anything like that, so hopefully it will just pass by. I just passed a big group of backpackers, all super friendly, maybe 10 people or so. Took a picture of them, they took a picture of me, and then 2 more followed a different group. And so I decided to actually deviate from my plan just a little bit and go up to a different lake. Maybe it's a little bit more quiet, but those 2 guys also went up there, so I don't think you can be completely alone in this place. It's so popular. It was so hard to get a permit for here, so it's fine. Everybody is so friendly. Yeah, so I'm heading up to a different lake, but my InReach Mini tracks me all the way, so my husband and my friends back home, they will know that I changed my plan, because every 10 minutes it will track my position and mark it on the map. So I don't feel too bad about it, and when I'm at the camp I'll send a message again where I'm at, and then I can turn the tracking off. It started raining just a little bit. Just sprinkles. It's not enough to pull out the rain jacket or put the rain cover over my pack. And hopefully it goes away quickly, but it doesn't look like it much. But it's beautiful. The rain is a bit much now. I'm going to put the rain cover on for now. Yeah, it's pretty wet already. Thankfully, everything is easily accessible, like it should be. This pack is so much lighter than our last big trip last year. I can't believe it. It makes such a big difference. The gear and all the extra things we decide to leave at home. Still have a couple of pieces that I want to replace. 3 pieces that are ultra light.